What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Goods, XY, Big Z. Man, listen, hit that subscribe button if you have not hit that subscribe button yet. Violate that like button for your boy. You already know what the deal is. Listen, I saw this story pop up, and it's basically alluding to the fact that Kendrick Lamar signed a record deal with UMG days before dropping his diss track towards Drake. Now, I don't know whether that matters or not for people's stories, theories, whatever the case may be. I don't know if that matters and it makes things look differently for you. I don't know, man. Whatever it is for you is whatever it is for you. I don't care. But the fact of the matter is, what's the significance of this? Let's hear Elliott Wilson talk about it real quick. Let's get to it.
That this nigga, Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, signed a record deal with UMG days before dropping Euphoria. Like, come
August,
on, dog.
I think, so this is the timeline of it.
Come on, dog, what?
Like that dropped.
That's insane. He was waiting to get his business in order to fucking then go to battle with Drake and fucking demolish them. Like, that's insane. He out-strategized, once again, he proved he out-strategized Drake. Drake thinks he's like, he's delaying him or he's stalling him because he's scared to put music out. Meanwhile, this guy's handling his business, literally, getting this deal probably where he wants it to be, and getting all his affairs in order, and then came with the missile. Like,
yo, so basically, they saying Kendrick Lamar, I mean, y'all remember when everybody was saying, yo, why he not dropping yet? Where's the diss at? Where's this? Where's that? Oh, is he gonna drop? Remember, drop. How did that shit age?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
But remember that whole delay. Now they're saying that the theory is that Kendrick Lamar was getting his affairs in order and he was signing a deal with UMG days before dropping his diss track.
Like, are you out of your fucking mind? That's the biggest thing to me. But that's insane.
Well, this is the timeline. Like that dropped.
But we didn't know that till
March
this paperwork
22nd.
came out. I didn't know that. Did you? You knew that? You didn't tell us.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Do what? Sign a record deal right before you're about to engage with a battle with the biggest rapper of that company?
Okay, let's
a new deal, because he's
right.
already in the system, but he structured a whole new deal.
Okay, hold on. Let's back up.
Yes,
let's
do that.
talk facts that are publicly available.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, love that.
Miss Morale and the Big Steppers, 2022.
Yeah.
Right before the album gets released, Dot drops OKLlama.com.
Yes.
On there, he drops a statement piece. Hey, this is going to be my last album
on the album.
TDE. I fulfilled my obligation, et cetera, et cetera. That's not verbatim.
Yeah.
Whatever. So now Dot is quote unquote a free agent.
Yes.
Right? Meaning he could play for whatever team he wants to play for or his own.
Yep.
Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar launch and announce PG Lang.
Yep.
It's its own imprint. It's its own entity. They then announce and debut a rapper named Baby Keem.
Drew the Sony system, if I remember right.
Through PG Lang, through
Sony system.
Correct.
Yep.
Shout out to Baby Keem, man. We don't know where the hell Baby Keem at right now. But Baby Keem is definitely a dope artist. So Baby Keem is the first artist on PG Lang, but shout out to Baby Keem, man.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Not the Keem.
But again, there's some more music business for people who aren't in the music business and you don't understand how this shit fucking works.
Chuck's so down in the
They're not contract lawyers out there. I thought they were all like
you have a nation of contract lawyers.
If you have an independent label imprint, I'm speaking on, let's use TDE for example. You might have a Rayvon and a SZA who signed TDE, but then they get distributed or signed off to a major label like RCA. Right. Mm-hmm. But then you also have an artist like Schoolboy Q who's on Interscope.
Or Absol who isn't on.
Or on Absol who's not on neither.
Yep.
Right. The label imprint itself is quote unquote what we call a production company. The production company is responsible for producing that artist. Once the artist is produced, then you can then upsell to another label for distribution or widespread purposes. Right. So Absol is just TDE. SZA, Rayvon are TDE. RCA in the Sony system, right?
And Joey Badass is TD East. I'm just kidding. Keep going. I just had to.
Don't leave the top. August 29th, Joey Badass.
Keep going. Sorry.
That was a good one, though. That was a good one.
Schoolboy Q is signed to TDE through Interscope.
Yeah.
So PG Lang is its own production company.
PG Lang, I like that hat.
Akin and similar to TDE, in which they house and produce the artists. And then you can then move whatever artist to whatever entity you choose to do business with, right? So that being said, if Baby Keem is over here in the Sony system, Kendrick is still free and clear to do whatever he wants as Kendrick Lamar, the artist.
Wouldn't the assumption be that he was going to join the Sony system and put himself out through that system also? The assumption would be that because this is his own imprint, PG Lang.
See, you're confusing people again. No, PG Lang is
that he was signed and distributed stuff through his own label.
No, because PG Lang is not beholden to Sony system.
They're not.
That's what I'm saying.
But he chose to not do his deal through his PG Lang thing. He chose to do his own separate deal directly to UMG instead of doing a deal through his imprint also, like the label I own. Like Jay-Z on Rockefeller Records through Def Jam. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
He decided not to do that, obviously.
Right, because PG Lang is just ancillary, right? Mm-hmm. So then, now that he's free and clear, he's a free agent, he can go to play for the Lakers, he can play for the Miami Heat, he can play for whoever he wants to play for. Why wouldn't you do a business deal, a record deal for distribution of your music before distributing music?
I get that. I mean... So basically, we got the whole spiel on, distribution, production companies, housing artists. Yeah, I hope y'all understand that part. The question that they're questioning right now, they're questioning why would Kendrick Lamar sign a deal and then make his diss record? And I see where DJ Head is going with this. He's basically saying, why wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you get your shit in order before you distribute said music? You know what I mean? Because let's say he did it. How would he? That's probably what he was waiting for the whole entire time. So while people are out there saying, oh, it took Kendrick Lamar this many days to make a diss, he was probably just sitting back waiting to get that distribution. He was like, yo, I got to cook this nigga the right way.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked. Don't say a word, brother.
I'm just saying.
I don't see why.
Well, you would, but if you are the other guy who's the star player on that team, and you see another guy come in right before he's about to go to a big one-on-one game with you that's televised, and he does a new deal. If you're the guy who's currently the star and the new star is coming onto the team, and this guy signs a deal and says, oh, we're going to put all our money behind you right now for the next year as you take on our biggest act, I see why he would be like, okay, this looks fishy.
And then again, we can't dismiss the fact that maybe they didn't know what was about to come. Like, we can't act like they knew that, he was going to come on here and destroy one of their artists. Maybe they didn't know what was about to come. Maybe Kendrick had all this planned. Maybe Kendrick had his plan to drop the diss as soon as he signed that deal. Now, the other part of this is, you got to think about this. Let's say Kendrick dropped that before the deal. What are you, stupid? Like, you're dissing another artist who's distributed by that same umbrella. How are you going to diss him and then be like, all right, y'all, I'm ready to sign my deal? Let's make it make sense, man. It only makes sense that Kendrick delayed it to sign that deal. It only makes sense.
Or because not everyone is as vain as everyone else. I'm going to do a new deal anyway because I like putting music out.
But the 3 days before the...
How do you know that the deal wasn't already in the works?
It just says, it says agreement with Kendrick Lamar dated April 27th, 2020.
But it had to be in the works beforehand. Like, there's no way they just decided that day, hey, let's talk about it today. All right, deal is done. It had to have been in the works.
24.
But how do you know that? That's fine. If I sign to the bigger picture January 1st, we've had prior conversations.
Before. Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
He's probably like, yo, if you want to button up this deal, I can do this independently, and it hasn't.
So I have had conversations with, like, I have something I'm about to announce 2 or 3 things in the next month, right? These conversations
September.
It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen.
These conversations have been happening since February.
Yeah.
That's the way business works.
Yeah.
So for people to assume that, oh, this looks fishy because it's 3 days, and shut the fuck up. You know what the fuck you're talking about. When have you went in for a job interview, got hired that same day, got onboarded, went through HR process, and got all your paperwork squared away the same fucking day? That's stupid.
So the idea that people are saying, I guess they're speculating that signing Kendrick on the top of this thing was UMG choosing a side in the sense of favoring.
Yeah, no, that's a dumb theory, bro. Yeah, people who saying that, I don't know about that one, man. Like, I just don't see. There's no way UMG signs Kendrick knowing what he's about to do. There's no way. I think honestly, this was already in conversation. They were talking about this already, and maybe, you know, they seen that Kendrick said what he said before, but nobody could have predicted this. I mean, did y'all predict that Aubrey would lose a battle that year after egging on said person that he's trying to battle, and then in turn put out a song basically bowing out, saying, y'all niggas burnt out, doing that, and then proceed to align himself with streamers, release all this music that basically ended up in a trash bin, and then ultimately suing? Tell me you predicted that. If you predicted that, write that in the comments right now and tell me you predicted back. I'm gonna call you a damn liar. You're lying. Nobody would have predicted that. But that's where we are. So that's why I don't see UMG even knowing what was going on or what was gonna happen. And then on top of that saying, you know what? Yeah, we know what's gonna happen. This is gonna be big. Let's sign him. Come on, man.
Bring Kendrick as he was about to engage in this battle. That's what people are speculating.
Well, that's what I'm saying. People are saying that, and that's how it might look. The other thing, though, I do want to say, based on what your timeline was, is that we kind of had the same conversation around Mr. Morale. A lot of people were saying that UMG was purposefully dropping the ball on promoting that album because it was Kendrick's last album, and overestimating the marketing dollars or over pushing Drake's albums that came out that year, which was Her Loss and Honestly Nevermind. That same conversation was happening at that point. So again, the only thing I dislike, there's a lot that I dislike about this lawsuit. The biggest thing I dislike is the hypocrisy that exists in all of these narratives of like, you are using this same system. You know exactly how it works, which is why you're able to point things out because they were done for you.
And that's the thing with Drake, like it's always going to be the hypocrisy. I mean, we talking about somebody who's talking about his character being defamed. Meanwhile, this is the same guy who's out here making his own set of allegations and defaming. So the hypocrisy is going to exist in there. He's definitely one of those Karens who likes when the system works for him, but doesn't like when he feels like the system works against him. So, you know, it is what it is. It's kind of like it's MAGA land. It's MAGA Drizzy. It's the same thing with these people who, you know, they don't like people who are undocumented. It's all about undocumented. Get them out of here. Illegals. But then when it affects their business, now they're upset. You know, nobody likes when the table is turned on them, you know, when it affects them. There's always going to be hypocrisy, you know, and honestly, if they did that with the promotions of the albums based on who had a last album and everything. Listen, it's business. That's the music business. Nobody said the music business was all flowers and sunshine. It's a dirty business at the end of the game, but people play because the music business, these execs have made it in a way to where you got to play the game with them. That's where people need to get to, the independence from that. For now, this is where we are. You got to play the game, and you got to make sure that you play the game to where you win.
And so then for you to point the finger at the other side and be like, you can't do that. I can do that. I just think that that's kind of crazy.
Do we think that Drake was aware that Kendrick was signing a new deal before engaging in this battle? Do we think Drake was aware of it, of what was going on business-wise on that side of the camp?
He does like to ask for things in advance.
I want to shout out to Macaulay Culkin.
Home Alone? Wait,
okay.
It's a good movie.
Okay.
He's a great actor.
Not Home
Greatest
Alone.
child actor of all time?
Not because of Home Alone.
Because of his other his film.
There was another film that Macaulay Culkin starred in.
Okay, here we go. You know where he's going, Elise?
I don't know where you going with this. Where we going with this?
Okay, he was in Home Alone 2.
No.
Wasn't that
My Girl?
Nope.
Richie Rich.
That movie.
Great movie. That's a great film.
I loved Richie Rich.
Richie Rich was great.
I loved the premise of Richie Rich.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it's Richie Rich is the wealthiest kid in the world, but when his parents go missing, he'll need help from friends to save both his family and his fortune.
Oh, I don't like where this is going. I don't like it.
I really enjoyed that film because there was a kid who was spoiled rotten. And he had everything. Right?
All the toys.
He had everything. He had the money, the fame.
He had gadgets.
He had tech. He had the family, the mom.
House.
Everything was amazing.
That young Iceman right there. Look at that.
And then it all got snatched away.
Young Iceman.
Everything was amazing in Richie Rich's world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was. He had a slide, I think.
And the first time that something went wrong in his life, all hell broke loose.
Yo. I like where you went with that. That ended right.
The other plot line that I love about this film, it's a great movie. You should go check it out. Go look that shit up.
I think it's on Netflix these days.
The other plot line in this film, which is probably the most important takeaway that I took away when I was a kid watching Richie Rich, is that no matter how much you had, when he got in his helicopter and he flew over the hood and he was looking at them kids playing baseball in the hood, them dirty little,
I love this show.
Them dirty little ghetto kids. All he wanted to do,
dirty little ghetto kids.
All he wanted to do was play with them, and they rejected him because he was fucking Richie Rich.
Oh, yeah. Yo, listen, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, shout out to DJ Head, man. Yo. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's literally Drake right there. That is probably the best explanation of Drake in comparison to a movie. Richie Rich. That last part, flying over them kids, seeing them kids playing, all he wanted to do was play with them kids.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Y'all remember Drake when he said, that's how they talk, it's ignorant, when he was having dinner with his friends?
Instead of addressing people like the group, like saying like, what are you guys doing? Say man's like you. It's really weird. Yeah, so man's like you are going to that, and then just means like the group.
Crew. That's interesting.
It's not. It's really ignorant.
Where's Drake now? Where he playing? How is he talking? Shout out to the bigger picture, man. Shout out to the bigger picture.
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it.